Okay, it's time for today's CSS Battle. Let's see what we've got. Okay. How do we want to do this? Let's start off by just doing it all as backgrounds. So we want a conic gradient at 70 to 330 to 60 and 110 to 190, so 80. Top right hand corner is this color, and then the rest of it is this color. I actually want to do that exactly backwards. And to make the first one 75% instead, that's better. Now we want to move it in by 70 pixels, and then we want to move it down by 110. Right, that gets us that baseline. Then over the top of that, we want a radial gradient, about 40 pixels mil. So we do 1Q, this color, 40 pixels, this color, 80 pixels, and then transparent. Should be fairly close. A little bit smaller on this, about 35. 35 looks right. And then I think we'll do this as a conic as well. So pixels and 85 to 15 30. So the conic gradient at 30 pixels, 80 pixels, transparent 75%, and then the yellow. Then we want to shift this in place, so 185 pixels in and 110 pixels down. Just a little bit wider, I think. So let's do 32, 33. Oh, that might be slightly smaller. Let's try 28. 184. Right, 187 and 26. Perfect. And then let's check that that's 100%. And it is. Good minify, unit replace. Okay, so that's certainly one way of doing it. How else can we do this? I think we could do this with two elements, but I don't think it's going to save us any characters at all, because we're still going to need probably a radial gradient to get that middle. But let's give it a go. So let's use the element template. Change this background to this color. Actually, I'm going to make that an ampersand. Get rid of that. Do that. Make this 260 wide. 90 tall. Make its background yellow. To margin of 60 and auto. Move that into place. So 90, 110. Make the height 80. Perfect. And then we're going to add a second P. We're going to do minus 190 on the bottom. Do plus P and set its background to orange. At the moment it's there. We're going to set its width to, hang on, 70 to 230. 70 to 230. 160, so 80. So if we do height 160, width 160. We're also going to want to take off another 40 from that. So we have 240, 230. 230 is good. And then we're going to do border radius 50%. And then we'll do background radial gradient pink for 35 pixels, then transparent. No, let's not make that transparent. Let's make that one yellow. Or do we want to? Okay, what we got so far? Yeah. And then we'll do a linear gradient at 90 degrees. 40, transparent for 45%. Then the yellow Okay, 45 is not quite enough. 46, 45, 44, 43, 42. Okay. Now we're going to make this 0/50%. What we got? Okay, that's not going to work out. Let's make it 100. That's going to be a percentage of that. Weird. So actually, let's not do that. But let's then go 42, 58%, and then transparent. That'll do. Should be 100%. That is indeed 100%. Now we minify, unit replace, and remove that and that. I think we can also do, oh no, you can't do that with an auto. Okay. But I probably could do that if that actually had a number. So 110 is too much. How about 90? 80, 70, 80, 90. Oh, hang on. Right, so that one would be 62. But then I'd need to add a margin left on here. So let's not do that. Let's leave that as also. Yeah, this isn't quite as short as the previous one, so let's just check I haven't broken anything. Okay, and then let's load our best solution, which is that one. And that's where we're going to leave it today. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.